opposed? Here, then we're going to move on to Ted Dorinda, which is the mobile home park. Now, he's not going to be here, but that's number 11, 12, and 13 on your agenda. He's not going to be here tonight, but Ed, do you want to?
He's, as far as we know, he hasn't really done anything. Plumbing inspector talked to his plumber yesterday, and there's really nothing's been done, no real update on it.
Mr. Chairman?
Okay. Alderman Barzak.
May I ask, did he call in? Is there any communication from him?
He called in that he couldn't make it.
Chairman?
Alderman Singstad.
Do you know whether or not anyone has contacted him regarding the entity that he purportedly is operating his mobile park under? I understand it's not really considered. It's not really a corporation, LLC, and he's been operating the mobile home park for years under that. And perhaps he might be under the misunderstanding that that's his business entity. But in any event, that's one of the number of mobile homes in the 5th District, parks in the 5th District, and I truly have a concern with non-compliance. I think if there's any of the mobile home parks out there, that is the one that building inspection has had the most serious concerns with for years.
Yeah. I mean, the issues here have gone back since 2006, but this is just our plumbing file of it. We've had issues for.
And if I recall, the last time he was in front of us, Mr. Chairman, he indicated that he would make all efforts to comply with whatever orders were outstanding, and that he would work with Mr. Lozinski and other staff members in inspection, and it appears that he hasn't done so to date.
Nope.
Right.
I'd asked that the committee put this on for the next, which would be the first Tuesday in March. I did do another summons and complaint for him to come to the March 19th meeting for the summons and complaint. He wasn't able to be served last time because the process server couldn't find him, and Bernie Gallus was served a day late, so that's why I have to adjourn it for another day. But I guess that we asked if he comes in next week, Tuesday, perhaps we can serve him to make sure we're getting processed because they're having trouble finding him.
Okay, so you're asking that we just hold this until next, or can we act on it? Or
we can't act on it now because we have no service.
Okay.
For the summons and complaint.
So we're gonna hold this, and we're gonna get them in for next Tuesday.
And if you could order them in for
For the 5th?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is that next? Yeah, that's next Tuesday. Yeah. Okay, then we're gonna go to. Let's see. Let me just get some news. Oberlacher, number 2 on your agenda. Okay, Ed?
Yeah, there were a bunch of building code violations. You had a fire in that back property,
Right.
and that was all ordered out.
I explained last time, but the insurance company sent me the check, but the bank sold out the loan to another person, another bank, and they sold the loan to another bank. I just got a thing in the mail from the insurance company wanting to know why I didn't cash the check. Then so they're sending the company or whatever, and they haven't gotten back to me yet.
Okay.
And that's what I'm waiting for.
Wasn't it?
There's a check that they sent me.
Wait, last time you were here, I thought you was kind of the same thing where you said...
I'm still waiting. In fact, I'm going to get a lawyer because I even got a contract to have it done, and this guy's getting on me.
I'm confused as to why you haven't cashed the check.
Huh?
Why haven't you cashed the check? I don't understand.
The check can't be cashed because it's got a loan on it, so it has to be the bank has to cash it. Or the bank sold it to another bank, and they sold it to another bank. And right now it's... That's my first bank.
Oh, yes, UB's and Key.
And the bank.
Corp Real Estate. Yeah, as a number, yeah.
Yeah. So what's going on now is I'm waiting.
This check might be stale.
That's no good, but I'm just holding it. They told me just hang on to it. Yeah. But they're supposedly sending the other place a thing, and they never gotten back to me yet. And so I'm waiting to hear from them, and it's been a couple weeks. So it's like once I get the check, here's the contract. I mean, the guy was going to do all the work.
Okay.
Mr. Chair?
Alderman,
I'm looking at the violations here.
it's all on that property.
Yeah, but these are all paint wood trim.
It's all
missing
aluminum sided.
downspout, weeds.
Here, the
Replace
weeds
the
are done.
windows.
The weeds are done. Yeah, the windows. Here's the fire damage. Here's the
Are we
picture.
talking about two separate things here?
Here's the picture when it was in the fire.
Well, I understand there was a fire.
This is all aluminum. All the windows are aluminum.
Yeah,
It
that's
needs-
a pretty
it
big
need-
check.
Yeah, the whole place is gutted. Here, there's the picture.
Yeah, well, you got a current picture here, but you got the, like the
That's all wood.
stuff in there, but it's on the inside
Right.
and nothing on the outside.
Right.
You know, boarding it up.
Oh, you want it on the outside?
Well, just, it better.
I was hoping it would be done in 2 weeks,
Yeah, we
3
want-
weeks. In fact, the contract was made up for 3/5/2012.
So it's gonna be a year.
Yes.
I can understand that.
In fact, I seen a call contact 6, but, you know, I don't know what to do.
My recommendation is you...
I'm losing a lot of money because this is a rental property. I had insurance, the insurance company gave me the check, and they're wondering why it ain't cash too, so it's like, I'm up in the air, and it's really causing me problems.
Mr. Chairman,
Alderman,
Mr. Polak, you know, the burden lies with you, not with us, and...
I hear that.
You know, you'll be back here every month, every other month, and we'll hear the same reasons why nothing has occurred, and, you know, you need to take necessary measures to try to correct the problem. Where you have the check you issued, and you indicated the...
That's what they just sent me one.
And you indicated that you
I just sent it back.
should see an attorney. I think that you should find an attorney. There's a lot of people close by you can...
Yeah, because I can't understand this. This is so ridiculous. I mean, I'm losing $600 a month just for not
What you
renting
do
my
is see an
property.
attorney.
Huh?
See an attorney, so next time you come, you say, here's my attorney, and here's what
Well,
we're
if
doing so
anything,
far.
just give me a couple more months or whatever, because, you know, I ain't got the money right now. And
you're an attorney.
Mr. Chair,
Alderman Rowe?
you say you can't find your mortgage company, you don't know where your mortgage is. Who are you making your payments to now?
we're not. We haven't.
Is
My wife
anybody-
said she has been making nothing.
It's the mortgage
and
company,
nobody's-
CRE Venture. The attorney was at the court hearing last time.
Huh?
Attorney Hartley from
Yeah.
CRE Venture. That's your mortgage company.
No, it's, who?
CRE Venture, 2011-2 LLC. Attorney Claire Hartley represents them,
Represents who?
the mortgage company.
Well, see, I don't know nothing about
Well,
this.
that's because you didn't show up at your court date on January 23rd. None of this information was conveyed to you.
Is there another court date that you had set up?
Yes, I just got
He
it.
defaulted, he did a motion to reopen, which is set for March 20th.
I got it right here. Yeah, March 20th.
So do we want to hold this until after March 20th, or what?
That's fine. I'll give him Attorney Hartley's phone number so he can contact her about the mortgage company then.
Yeah,
Is the
that's-
property in foreclosure?
No.
Well, I tell you, get an attorney as soon as you can, and sometimes you can talk with
Yeah, because
Or we'll
this
pass it
is...
on.
The attorney, and you can have that.
Okay, thank you.
So, and
Yeah, 'cause
because
I
we gotta
expected
get this cleared up.
I expected
Can't
this
just
to be...
just can't lay out there.
Oh, I understand that. I'm losing money too.
Need to be fixed.
You know, I'm losing a lot of money.
So, well, we need to get on it, so we're working on it, we're not gonna call you back until after your court hearing.
Okay.
So, okay?
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
Sir, come here and get this Hartley's card. Here's her phone number. Call her tomorrow.
Okay. Thanks.
Sandeep? Kurtma? Sandeep, I can say that one. Or did I say it right, or?
Yes.
It should be. Unfortunately, it should be. You've been here.
Yeah.
Okay, once again, Ed.
This one, there are a number of building code violations, mostly the exterior issues with, let's see, here. A lot of debris in the yard. The parapet was defective, tuck pointing was needed, scraping painting, replacing fascia boards. There was a plywood door, grass needed to be cut, just a whole number of property maintenance issues on the exterior of the property. And I did talk to the inspector this morning. A lot of the issues that the tenant had on here, those were taken care of. Things like interior signs, exterior signs in the window. A lot of that stuff was taken care of, but still basically the building issues themselves are still outstanding.
Mr. Chairman? Mr. Lozinski, in your opinion, how many of the problems are exterior in nature, and until what time would these problems be rectified?
Well, right. I mean,
in the summer months?
Yeah. A lot of the stuff, painting and some things are probably going to have to wait till summer at this point, or at least till spring. I mean, this was first written up September 7th, which would have had time then, but yeah, at this point, a lot of these issues are.
I keep telling you, I wasn't there in September. Even the letter was actually somebody else's name on it. The guy that I rented out to. Was his name. He got the letter. I never got it.
Well, we were in front of
and now once I kicked him out, I got to know everything. And now, yes, I will.
The judgment's still in effect, over $1,000, and you haven't made any attempt to pay that. That judgment's been outstanding for over a year now.
Yeah, the judgment, I had no idea about that one. That was for 2010, it says in the letter. And I get a letter that there's a judgment, like this year, I get a letter that there's a $1,000 judgment. I had no idea about that one, because that one I didn't even know about. Because it did say that I took care of those things, and I didn't know there was any court fee still. I thought once I took care of those things, it's done. I didn't know that I still had to pay anything, and then all of a sudden there's a $1,000 fine or
That was
something.
written in the agreement, sir, that you didn't email to keep. But you were notified about that a couple of months ago, but I still haven't seen any payment or attempt to make a payment plan on that.
I didn't know, but how do I appeal that or anything? Who do I talk to about that? Because I had no idea about that.
This thing, 'cause it's been over a year. You'll have to set up a payment plan on that.
Okay, I'll do that too if I have to. That's fine. But who do I talk to about that?
That would be me.
Okay.
Okay, so
Then
How much can you pay from us?
I'll pay $200. Easily. $250, whatever.
First payment by
Friday.
Okay.
okay, make sure you're not saying you can do what you say.
Well, money things are easy. This stuff is like I have to wait for the right
Money
time.
things are easy.
Yeah.
But if you do some of these things that you feel you can do right now, even though this is the clement weather, get those done. Talking to Mr. Lozinski.
Right, so some of the things when I saw them, like the inside stuff, I could do, like the tiles I did, because that was inside, there's no issue with weather, but outside I have to kind of see when.
Mr. Chair?
Alderman Weigel.
Mr. Varmer, when do you think, could you give us a date when you have the tuck pointing and the painting done?
I will have it
July
done
1st?
before my next court date, which is July
17th, I believe.
July 17th. Yeah,
No,
before
July
that.
2nd, I'm sorry, July 2nd.
July 2nd, it should be done by then. It will be done.
Okay, it will be done by then?
Yes, it will be done.
Okay, hear that.
I'm already talking to some people, but they said they cannot do anything till May.
It's snow out, we get it.
Okay, so we have a communication, number 10, and the summons complaint. Should we just hold these again?
Do you, can we hold them for July 2nd? Because that's the date of the trial. He can just come here afterwards
Right.
and let us know.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for coming.
All right, thanks, guys.
Okay, so then, okay, well, we're going to go back on a regular agenda now, going up to sports medicine. Let's see, who is John
Over, John Beaver.
Beaver.
Did he call in at all?
He's not on my list.
No, they did not call.
It's the second time or first time for him?
First time.
I think it's the first time. Because this is, once again, this is
Yeah.
billing violations.
We had gone in there for an occupancy inspection, and somebody had built a room in the back office that we didn't have permits for. They've since applied for the permits, but they still haven't picked them up or paid for them or had our guys in there to inspect or anything yet.
That's at that 58th and Mitchell.
Yep,
Tab 58.
5732 Mitchell.
Yeah. So, well, we'll just hold this one then until we send them a letter for Tuesday.
Did a license ever issued, Mickey, to him for the 2012-13?
They're open.
Yeah, I thought we did.
Yes, the
Yeah,
licenses
that's-
have been issued.
And the other thing, he could still be on his way. I mean, it's,
Yeah, you could still be in the-
I left a half an hour early, and I was stuck right over here for 10 minutes.
Oh, the traffic, so, okay.
You
So,
want them on the 5th, or you want them on the 19th?
I think the 5th will be fine.
That is good, yeah.
Yeah, get them out of the way. Okay, then we have, Michelle Moore. She made it.
I made it. And I'm not driving either, so.
That always helps.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a new application, and you're going to be at M&M's, 60th and Burnham.
Correct.
Are you working there now, out of curiosity?
Well, the last 2 days, they haven't let me work because of my temporary expiring. And they told me if I don't end up getting my license, that I'm going to have to end up getting let go. So they're following very strict rules and guidelines over there because they're trying to change everything. So
Your temporary shouldn't have expired yet.
I guess it expired on Sunday for some reason. It's either Saturday or Sunday, they said.
They're good for 60 days, and it shows here we issued it on January 23rd.
Oh, because I guess they looked at it, and in the last 2 days, they haven't let me work.
Give me a call tomorrow, we'll look into it.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Various...
Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Chairman. One of the main reasons you're called in is, of course, and you listed it in 1009 and OWI in South Milwaukee. Can you explain what happened?
I was driving over the influence. I made a mistake. Obviously, last over 3 years, I have not gotten another one, and right now I'm not even driving because I can't afford to drive. But I learned my lesson. I went through all the classes. I followed all the, procedures. I would never get behind another wheel and drive again. And yeah.
And you were candid. You mentioned you put it on your application. I'm going to move for approval.
Second. Mr. Chairman?
Alderman Singstein.
Have your privileges been reinstated? Your driving privileges?
Right now, I am suspended over an accident ticket.
But you're suspended, under suspension right now.
Correct.
So how did you get here then?
I got a ride. Yeah. My ride's right back there. So I'm going through a bankruptcy, so I'm trying to get everything paid off. And
have you ever tended bar elsewhere?
Yes. I've tended bar in Muskego and Franklin and Pewaukee. I've obtained licenses in all cities.
Regardless of what your employer tells you, if there's any problems, if you do get your license, if there's any problems, you call 911. It's not held against you personally, nor is it held against the licensee, the owner of that property, the owner of the business. And we do have a program with Dallas, or we do have an undercover officer company in Minor that's going to procure beverages. So you better watch very closely. Again, checking IDs, state of Wisconsin IDs.
Correct. I always do. So.
Yeah, and you're familiar with the history that we have on that particular bar?
Yes.
Not M&M, but the bar. So you got to watch everything, and you call the police. Do not be afraid to call the police, no matter what anybody else says. Does anybody else have anything? Anything further?
I'm going to add two different things. Just keep in mind, in the city of West Dallas, we do have a weeds and seeds program. We will send underage people into the bar at random. I'm not saying it's going to be yours all the time, but we do this on a regular basis.
Right.
And they attempt to purchase liquor underage.
Right, and I always check IDs. So
that's a very, very good thing. Yeah. And again, just remember that particular bar is under a very, very, very watchful eye. Yeah.
Right.
So
of course.
You see anything going wrong, don't take the chance. Call.
Right. Definitely will. Thank you.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody?
What happens is this will now go in front of the council on March 5th.
Okay.
And then being that it went through unanimously, that it's not going to be any problem. So it should be available the next day, the license?
So tomorrow?
No, March 6th.
March 6th it would be available.
Okay, and should I call you about my temporary?
Maybe tomorrow I'll look into that temporary because it shouldn't have expired yet.
Yeah, I guess it expired and they won't let me work.
Okay,
Sure, we'll find out.
He's still the other one waiting.
is that, okay. Is that him? Okay.
Yeah, he's the other one here.
Okay.
So,
is there anything else in building inspection? Is there anything else in building inspection, Ed?
Ricky Sargent.
Sarge's corner.
Oh, okay.
and here he comes.
I missed that one. Come on up here.
Ricky.
And the only reason I asked that is he's the only other one here, and then the rest of the agenda we can't go through.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Ed, what's the problem?
There were some plumbing and health issues which held up the license from last year, but as of this morning, I talked to the plumbing inspector, he was out there, all the permits been pulled, all the work's been done. Just a couple minor issues, he said, but you're working on that. He's pretty confident that you're going to take care of that stuff, so I think everything's been sent down to the clerk's office today is approved from our department.
So he's good to go.
Okay.
With the exception
The
of the
license, we have the license, you have the issue with...
What's that?
We have the issue of your renewal of your license that been issued for this license year.
Okay.
You said that the license is, I mean, it looks to me, at least with our summary sheet here, is that your license for 2012-13 licensing year has not yet been issued.
Well, it's been issued, but it hasn't been sent to me. They're holding it.
It's been voted on, but it hasn't been issued.
Depending on these...
Once the plumbing inspector signs off on it.
Right, yeah, which he did today.
Okay.
So we voted on it, but she hasn't issued it. She hasn't sent it to you.
Well, I can come tomorrow, pick it up.
So we can issue that hand tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Okay, all right, good.
Okay.
Very good.
Have a motion?
What do you need on that? Place on
Just
file?
place on file.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Why did we need
Motion carries.
Why did we need him here?
Because we found out about today.
Because at the time, it was still out. It wasn't done yet. All right, we're done. Drive safe.
We're finished,
All
yeah.
right, take care.
Okay, we had Jessica Roll. She called in. So did Corey Washington.
I spoke to Corey Washington today.
You did?
Too. So we struck a deal for the 2012. Supposedly he's going to come in and pay the remaining, or at least $200 worth this week. So I guess we'll see.
So we'll just hold in
I think we tried.
with the rest of the stack.
Yeah, it's all with the rest of the stack, yep.
Okay, and then Kelly, whatever, she also couldn't make it. So we're down to Scott, who had called in not to make it. This is Scott from the House of Chocolates,
And
76th Street.
yes, and he did call in, but he never got back to me about the signing the agreement. He is not with the agreement. He said he was going to surrender his license
Right.
this month, or February 2013, if that did not occur. He now wants till May 31st, which I would recommend the committee not do, because he still hasn't paid us any of the fees, and plus he has new personal property taxes that were due from last year that he's not yet paid.
Okay, so we're just going to keep this on hold, and we got him in court again, or?
No, he won't be in court. Basically, it's someone's a complaint, so
Right.
his fact that he's not here, you could actually decide to revoke, suspend, or not renew, but I don't know if there's a closed session on here, it's probably not. So perhaps if we put it on for the March 5th meeting, make him appear, and then you can put on a closed session and decide what you want to do with his license at that point.
Okay, Ann got that? Okay, that sounds like that. So, pardon me?
Why don't we just move on?
Because we got a session. I seem to have lost my agenda, so I think that is it. That seems to be it.
Unfortunately, I think
Move for adjournment, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion? Anybody want to stay here longer? All in favor?
Aye.
25 minutes.